A Silent Witness by R. Austin Freeman. Read by Caroline Collins. Chapter 1. The Beginning of the Mystery. The history upon which I am now embarking abounds in incidents so amazing that, as I look back on them, a something approaching to skepticism contends with my vivid recollections and makes me feel almost apologetic in laying them before the reader. Some of them, indeed, are so out of character with the workaday life in which they happened that they will appear almost incredible. But none is more fraught with mystery than the experience that befell me on a certain September night in the last year of my studentship, and ushered in the rest of the astounding sequence. It was past 11 o'clock when I let myself out of my lodgings at Gospel Oak. A dark night, cloudy and warm, and rather inclined to rain. But, despite the rather unfavourable aspect of the weather, I turned my steps away from the town, and walking briskly up the Highgate Road, presently turned into Millfield Lane. This was my favourite walk, and the pretty winding lane, meandering so pleasantly from Lower Highgate to the heights of Hampstead, was familiar to me under all its aspects. On sweet summer mornings, when the cuckoos called from the depths of Ken Wood, when the path was spangled with golden sunlight, and saucy squirrels played hide and seek in the shadows under the elms, though the place was within earshot of Westminster and within sight of the dome of St. Paul's. On winter days, when the heath wore its mantle of white, and the ring of gliding steel came up from the skaters on the pond below. On August evenings, when I would come suddenly on sequestered lovers, to our mutual embarrassment, and hurry by with ill-feigned unconsciousness. I knew all its phases, and loved them all. Even its name was delightful, carrying the mind back to those more rustic days when the wits foregathered at the Old Flask Tavern, and John Constable tramped through this very lane with his colour-box slung over his shoulder. It was very dark after I had passed the lamp at the entrance to the lane, very silent and solitary too. Not a soul was stirring at this hour, for the last of the lovers had long since gone home, and the place was little frequented even in the daytime. The elms brooded over the road, shrouding it in shadows of palpable black, and their leaves whispered secretly in the soft night breeze. But the darkness, the quiet, and the solitude were restful after the long hours of study and the glare of the printed page, and I strolled on.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?